17, I chose to join the Army because at the time I wanted to be a military police officer, and that was the service that I could get into to do it.
Where did you travel to?
I've been all over the world. I've been to Iraq twice, I've been to Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, where else? Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, all over the Middle East.
And was there any fun? If so, what did you do for fun?
We did different things. When I went to Desert Storm, there wasn't as much like technology back then, so we actually played like old school Game Boys, and we played board games all the time and cards. And then
Thank you.
you're welcome, buddy.
How does it make you feel to be a veteran?
To be a veteran? I'm proud to be a veteran. Did my time, help my country. You know, I learned a lot. I went in, I was a young age when I went in. And, you know, you grow up a lot, you learn, you travel around the world.
What branch of the military were you in?
I was a Navy Seabee. So that meant that we did a lot of construction at the same time. Any other questions?
Any funny stories or pranks?
Oh yeah, we had all kinds of funny stories and pranks, but I don't know if I can tell you those. You know, you know? I don't think I've even told your mommy yet. You know.
Hello, I'm Isabel Valenta. Today I'm interviewing my grandfather, and he's a veteran. Why did you choose the branch you did?
Well, I chose the Navy because I didn't feel like crawling around in ditches. So I figured at least I'd be in a clean bunk on a ship when I was traveled to many places. Europe, the Caribbean, Morocco.
Was there any fun? If so, what did you do for fun?
What fun was when you were on Liberty and you get to see all the places that you never been before, and you basically had a free trip and they paid you to go, so it was pretty good. Got to see meet a lot of different people and different cultures. It was an exciting time.
My name is Xander, and this is my grandfather, Bob.
Hi, my name is Bob Munson. I was in the United States Army from 1966 to 1969.
Where did you travel to?
Well, when I went into the Army, I was in South Carolina, and then I went to Missouri, and then I went to Virginia, and I went across the seas to a place called Vietnam, where I spent a year, and then I came back and I went back to Virginia, and then I spent some time in New York, and then I got out. I was in for 3 years. While I was in the Army, I got a Good Conduct Medal, which means I was a good, decent soldier for my 3 years. I went to Vietnam, so I got the Vietnam Service and a Vietnam Commendation Medal because my unit was involved in some actions, and I also received the Purple Heart because I was wounded in action. And I'm proud of the fact that I served, I did my job, and I came home, and I went home, and I raised a family. I have a wife and children, and I have 2 great grandchildren who live in Billerica, who I'm very proud of.
Hi, I'm Isabel Valenta, and today I'm interviewing my father, and he's a veteran. Why did you choose the branch you did?
When I was a little kid, I wanted to be in law enforcement, and the Coast Guard was a maritime law enforcement agency. I mean, they also do search and rescue, which I was interested in too.
What did you learn from your experience?
When I was a kid, I was kind of, I guess you could call me a little punk, and I didn't really have any direction at the time. So I knew that I either wanted to be a sheriff or a police officer or a trooper or something like that. But I didn't really have any guidance, and the military kind of gives you that.
What was the basic training like?
It was tough. At the time that I went through, they said it was the second hardest boot camp, which it was on the beach. The boot camp was on the beach, so they'd make you roll through sand and stuff while you were sweaty, and the last week they were all proud of you and stuff, and so it was tough though.
Grampy, what was your basic training like?
Well, I went to 4 years of school at Annapolis, Naval Academy. Kind of basic.
My mom said you have to stand like this for like a long time. Did you really?
That wasn't as bad as carrying a rifle and marching in the presidential parades.
Wow. Do you remember any funny stories or pranks?
Oh, we once made a machine to shoot the snowballs off the Bancroft Hall and throw them out into the courtyard where the duty officer was standing. He didn't quite know where they came from.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, love.
Hi. This is my papa. Are you a veteran?
Yes, I am.
What branch were you in?
I was in the United States Air Force from 1968 until 1972.
Did you make friends?
Oh, I made a lot of friends when I was in there. One of my best friends was from North Carolina, and also I had a friend that was in Vietnam with me. When I went to tech school, he was my teacher, and then when he came to Vietnam, I had to teach him all over again. And to this day, I still talk to him. He lives in California. His name is Sergeant Perini.
You did.
Well, when I was a young boy, we had a boat in the family, and it's the only branch that I really considered, being in the Navy.
Okay. Where did you travel to?
Well, I've been to Guantanamo Bay, or we stopped in all different ports, Venice, Athens, all over Rome. And my memorable experiences being highlined 3 different times from one ship to another trying to get back to my ship at sea. You know, that's when 2 ships go side by side and you get in the chair and they pull you from one ship over to another. That's called highlining.
I am
Interviewed.
my grampy,
Bill Gagnon.
Bill Gagnon.
The Second World War and the Vietnam War.
So what did you do in the Army?
Yeah, what did you do in the Army?
I was working in an office in the Army. And I played in the Army band for a while also. Played the trumpet in the Army band.
Did you join the Army or were you drafted?
Yeah.
No, I joined the Army because I wanted to be in the Army rather than the Navy, and if I was drafted, I could have gone in the Navy, so I chose to go in the Army.
My name is JP, and this is my Uncle Terrence.
My name's Terrence. I'm here because JP said he would like to interview a veteran. So one of the questions is, did you make any friendships that continued after the service? I did. I did meet a number of people, and I had one friend who actually I grew up with, and he joined the Marine Corps around the same time I did. And at some point we just ended up being in the same unit, so he's still my best friend. We're still very close. There's a question here, was there any fun? You bond with the people you're with, and so even if you're out somewhere in the field and you're cold and you're miserable and you're tired, usually you can find something funny to laugh about. And was it hard to leave your family? Obviously it was very difficult. It was hard to leave my family, and JP was born when I was in Iraq. And a year or two later, I ended up going to Afghanistan, and I had to leave my fiancée for a little while. And since we got back, we have gotten married, so that did work out. It was very tough to leave her for a while. I hope this helps you or gives you some information about veterans, and thank you for letting me be part of this.
Why did you choose the branch you did?
I chose the branch of the Navy because during World War II, my uncle was in the Navy, stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. We traveled to Europe, Northern Europe. We touched England, Norway, Sweden, Iran, Africa, Casablanca.
Wow.
And then that was the first trip I made. I'm most proud of being able to serve my country to the best of my ability and help other people know what freedom really is. In the Navy, when the Korean War started on June the 27th, 1950, I served until July of 1952, and the Korean War ended soon after that.
I think the greatest part of being American is that we live in the greatest country in this world. Also, we have our freedom. That's something you can't buy. And I think someone like you, if you listen to your teacher and you study real hard, you can be anyone you want to be.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Thank you.